Yeah, I don't want to go to jail for anything. I'm much too, weak.
And you're pretty. You are listening to the Stand Up Dads podcast.
This is hecka boring.
Yeah, it is.
Let's try again.
We're going to talk about
Oh, no,
Roblox.
Yeah, we will. My kid farted in my face this morning. So.
That's awesome. Well, on purpose, right?
Well, it was my fault because I was wrestling with him, but that's what he's learned to get out of holds is if I just fart, he'll let me go. Yeah, great.
Genius.
So,
yeah.
He'll never be able to join the wrestling team.
I thought he's able to just walk up and fart.
Oh, he's done that too.
Hilarious too. Yeah.
You're listening to Stand Up Dads. This is Rob
and Mike.
And
weaponizing farts, which is a great life skill. I was going to say he should use that in wrestling if he wants to do that.
Well, the first time he did it, I remember the babysitter was over and I was waiting for Kim to get ready and we were just wrestling around. I had him upside down and I was like, oh, you really have to brush your teeth. Your breath is awful. And the babysitter was laughing and then he rips a fart in my face. And and she was like, you totally deserve that. I'm like, yeah, I totally deserve that.
Damn, I win.
And they're potent. I mean, for just a cute little kid, he stinks. But I don't know. How's everything going over there?
It's going good. Olivia's been really into Roblox, and I don't know.
What is Roblox for idiots that like me that don't know what the hell you're talking about?
Well, yeah, unless your kid starts to play it, you're never going to really know. Like Roblox is basically a platform kind of like Minecraft, except that, well, it's kind of the same thing where you can play in different areas that people have made their own stuff. I don't think, at least I've never seen her sit and make her own land like you do in Minecraft. This one, though, like she plays one called Adopt Me, and basically you can be like a parent or a baby. You can have a family and you can get a house and all this, and then you're trying to get all these rare pets.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, well, and then all I get to go in for, she'll want me, oh, come play with me. Now in Minecraft, I would play and it would be like, she'd give me a job. Like, okay, I'm building this. You need to build this thing. And all right, I'll go build it. In this game, when I come in, she basically is just stealing my money like real life. She's like, come in, give me the money they gave you so I can buy stuff, Nice. And then I'm wandering around getting told what, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't.
So would you recommend it for other parents?
It's good for the kids. I mean, the main thing is to make sure that they don't friend other people, because that's the main thing I tell her is like, you're not allowed to friend anyone that isn't like that I sat down with you, because I don't trust that the other people are actually kids, You're
going to love today's bad dad.
Oh, okay. So... But
are people trying to kill you in Roblox? I mean, obviously not in real life, but I mean on the game.
In different ones. So there's certain games like I've gone in and played with her until she stopped asking me because I'm so bad at it. There's like Survivor. Yeah. So they actually built like Survivor in there, but I can't control the stuff. So I was totally like voted off the island, like the first person, because I was so bad. And then she wrote like, oh, that was my dad. And people were writing like, oh, I'm sorry. Was that really your dad? And I was like, God, I suck. I couldn't like jump on these stupid like platforms, like, because they make the same stuff. Like, there's this one and Royal High that she plays. And it's the same thing. You play for X amount of time, you get their money, and you can buy stuff. But with Roblox, you can buy like premium coins called Robux or whatever, and that's what you use for stuff today. Some like special animals came out that you could actually buy.
I was going to talk shit, but I just spent like $10 on Magic the other day, so I can't.
Oh, yeah, and that's what's funny is that's why she's able to get away with stuff with me, where like Melissa, her mom's usually like, no, that's dumb. But with me, it's the same. Me and you, like, well, I'm trying to be Robert. Is me buying extra packs of cards any different?
No, because you're still my bitch.
No way. No way. No way.
No, but yeah, Owens doesn't have the attention span to do video games.
Okay.
But what he's been into lately, because what we've done is, because we have something from the school that they still have math and reading assignments that we're forcing him to do. Because he loves his tablet time. So we're like, okay, you have to do 2 math, 2 reading, and then you get 15 minutes. I have this big ass loud timer to do whatever you want on there within reason. And
you're so good with that. I've sucked it.
But he hates it. Like he'll cry because he'll spend 45 minutes on the lessons and only get 15 minutes, but he has no concept of time. So no, it just feels longer, buddy, because it's work. And,
oh my God, you're gaslighting your kid.
And then
he's gonna be so upset later when he's older. I just don't understand.
He'll just have that little itchy feeling in the back of his head, like it feels like Dad lied to me.
He's gonna be the one that people are gonna like, dude, we have plenty of time. We have to leave now.
Yep, that's fine.
We have 45 minutes. I know we gotta go now. Somehow I feel like we're already late.
At first, I was kind of like, oh, that's cool. He's a lot into YouTube. And at first he was watching, they have those big metal shredders, like the industrial strength one where you can put like a car battery in there and it turns it into confetti.
Wow.
Have you seen those? It's just like these metal teeth that just are constantly turning. And he was just, amazed. And I've spent more time than I'd like to admit watching those shredder videos.
Yeah.
But he spent every second he had on YouTube yesterday watching shredders. He's like, watch this. It's like, what is that? A bowling ball? Look, it's a bowling ball, Dad. And then it's
bam.
But he he's like, we need to get a shredder for Christmas. I'm like, dude, we're not getting a shredder for Christmas. But I was like, that would be kind of cool.
Oh my God, one like that?
I could clear the garage out in no time.
Oh my God. And then, dig a hole so you can put it like flush with the ground and make it like a Sarlacc pit from Return of the Jedi and drop things into it.
Fucking nerd. And the sad part,
oh my God, I could come over and we could drop full-size Boba Fett's into it.
The like sad
giant
part,
toys.
Is when you said Sarlacc, I was thinking, what do they call the bad guys from Land of the Lost?
Oh, what were those? Now we got to look it up.
It was.
They are.
Edit here. It sounds like Sarlacc. So I can't really give you shit for being nerdy because that's where I went.
And it shows how old we are. Yeah. Let's see. Land of the Lost.
Sleestack.
So what other
Sleestack.
Sleestack. Dang.
That's what it was. So yeah.
Yeah, the Sleestack.
So I can't give you shit for being nerdy because I think I need a nerdier poll for Sleestack.
Yeah, dang it.
Okay, get off your phone.
Sleestack. Yeah, and then was it Chaka?
Yeah.
Chaka. And those puppets where you could see
Ron
the
Howard's brother?
Oh, I don't know. Was it?
Yeah, there's like this really unfortunate looking guy in a lot of Ron Howard's movies, and it's his little brother.
I wonder if it was him. I remember him from a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was in one of those ones where like the kids were in charge of a town, I just watched this is total side thing, but most of the time I have not been watching TV. And we went on to one of the channels I was looking through just to see what was on there because we watched Hamilton over the weekend. Mm-hmm. I think it's Netflix. One of them has a bunch of the old Twilight Zones.
Okay.
That was like, that trapped me. I was like, oh my God, I got to watch a couple. And I watched a great one with Klugman, the guy from...
Quincy
and the Odd Couple.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was these astronauts that land on a planet. Did you see that one?
No, I can't remember.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so messed up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to give it to. Yeah, and it's like, damn it, I can't. And then I was like, I was like, I gotta turn this off. I was gonna stay up all night. Like I watched like 2 more.
How many episodes of Twilight Zone are there? The originals?
I don't know. They had about 5 seasons of the early ones on there, and I'm pretty sure it goes more than 5 on the first one because I think they went into. Well, I don't know if those went to color. I know his Night Gallery ones had color. So I don't know, but there's a good 5 seasons on there. So well written, so well done. All good actors. Yeah.
I remember William Shatner got his start on there.
That's the other ones I watched. I watched the one with the seer or whatever. That was basically like in a Mills type diner where they kept putting nickels in and he was starting to believe what it was saying. Yeah, that one's a great one. And then The Man on the Wing, I had to watch that one again. So his are great.
My favorite was the one with the guy that just wanted to be alone to read books, and when he finally gets it, then he breaks his fucking glasses, and I was like,
yes,
I felt that one.
Yeah. Well, if you're talking about it, the spaceship one got me so bad because they land on this planet.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
60-year-old show.
I know, spoiler alert. They walk to the outside and they find another ship crashed, and it's got their dead bodies in it, and they're all freaked out. Then they start to
fuck the corpses.
Well, they're hallucinating. It seems like because one guy walks through these trees and finds his wife and daughter there, and then Klugman comes and gets him back, and he's like, I want to go back. He's like, no, they died years ago. They are not there. There's something wrong with this planet. And this other guy's he goes to see his wife, and the wife's sitting, the wife's not there, but there's a note that says, they died.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh my God. And Klugman keeps getting him, and he's like, look, there's something with this planet. It's messing with us. We need to take off. And they're like, no, that's what's going to happen. This is our future. We're going to crash. But they're both they're like, we're dead. That's why we're dead. Let us go. Let us go. And he goes, we're not dead. And they fly up, and he's like, see? And they're like, oh my God. And they fly back down, and then they see the ship again. So they're like, oh my God. We're dead, but he won't let them go. So they're like, just let us go. We're dead. And he's like, we're not. We're going to figure this out. And that's the whole thing. They're trapped in eternity because one guy won't let him go. It's so messed up. Is that a book or?
By John Paul Sartre? Yeah. It's, the saying, hell is other people. It comes from that. So it's these people that wake up in this room that they can't get out of. And they just start talking, and I guess they're like, well, what do we do now? And they just start talking and getting on each other's nerves. And they realize that this is hell, and hell is the people that are around them.
Oh, that's my favorite joke from one of the Simpsons, where they said, remember that book that was the 5 people you meet in heaven? Mm-hmm. I think it's from the Simpsons movie. I think there's one where they get mad. He's like, you're the 5 people I meet in hell or something.
Nice.
Super.
Well, speaking of books, actually. So I read a book called Running the Light by a comic named Sam Talent. And he spells talent with 2 L's. And he's a comic, and he's hilarious. And I read it because I heard Kyle Kinane wrote the opening for it. And I love Kyle Kinane. And really interesting book, and I finished it. I'm on Goodreads,
what's that?
It's a website where if you like to read, you can log all the books you've read. Because
I like that because I forget what I've read.
Exactly, and I'm ashamed to say how many times I've picked up a book, started reading it, and 50 pages in, go, "Fuck, I've read this before." And then you're like,
that's the worst.
Wait, maybe I didn't read this. So you keep reading some more. You're like, no, I think I read it. But then you're afraid not to read it because you can't remember what happened. So you can log all your books.
Do we have Alzheimer's? Because there's times where I will go God, I wish we read more. And then I'll realize I'll grab there's 3 books I picked up, and I was like, oh my God, me and Olivia read that like a year ago or something. We were this, but you forget. Totally. Yeah. Oh, I read these.
But it's kind of cool because you can keep track, and also you can challenge yourself. This year, I was like, I'm going to read 25 books this year. You also, when you're done reading it, you can give it a rating or a review if you want, because the internet, we're all fucking critics, I guess.
Yeah.
And I read the Sam Talent book, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed, there was a lot of stuff in there that I loved. There's a part where, because he's a road comic, and you're kind of following this guy along who's kind of a piece of shit, but he knows how to work a room. And just
so he did it like a fiction. It's not
it's a fiction.
Oh, I thought it was a non. Okay, cool.
But there's a part where, and I'm sure I'm sure that he knows everyone. Everyone he's described probably he's met a million times, but like there's certain comics that he has conversations with, it's just, I love hearing comics, like real comics talk about, road stories and stuff. Like when we had, I'm going to name drop, we had Keith Ole Jensen and Johnny Taylor on Gag on This. They're both established comics with albums and all that. And just hearing their stories, I think that was one of the quietest episodes I've ever been on, because I was just in awe. Like, I want to hear more. I want to hear more. Just keep talking, guys. This could be a 3-hour episode. I don't give a fuck. So it was like that in a book. And I rated it after I was done reading it. And it wasn't a 5-star. And I won't go into why. But the author, the comic, actually reached out to me. It's like, hey, I saw you read my book. Thanks for that. But why did you give it the review you gave it? And I was like, oh shit. And I felt like a troll. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. And then I told him, it's like there was something, because I actually really did like the book.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't want to give anything away, but there was a section where I really wanted more from it, because it got deep and it got complex. And I was like, I can't wait to see what's happening. And then it ended. And I was like,
yeah, that's valid, man. Yeah.
And I wrote back to him and told him pretty much, a little bit more than that. And he actually wrote back and was really cool about it. He's like, wow. So, but yeah, if you're looking for a book to read about stand-up comedy, Running the Light. And shut your cat up. And
sorry. Hold on, poor Geeky. He didn't mean it, Geeky.
I know.
He didn't mean it, baby. Man, they really, well, it's like between that, my phone started ringing.
I know.
Like, jeez.
I can edit that.
Yeah.
So, well, we were going to talk about lowering expectations as a parent, but I think we'll have to save that for another one.
Yeah.
I think we've devolved into Nerd Fest 4.0.
Yeah, and I started reading, like I also cheat. My reading on some of it is Audible. So I listened to the second Game of Thrones book. I just finished that. But like I do feel like sometimes like I'm unwilling to do that with the Alexander Hamilton biography. But I feel like, dang it, that's probably how I'd get through it faster, would be to at least have it on Audible and reading the book. Because the problem is when I'm ready to read, sometimes I'm like, I don't got the book with me, or, like.
Yeah. I always have because everything I read now is on Kindle.
See, that's the smart way to go. I have the book.
I bring it everywhere because I hate, because I used to carry 3 or 4 books around because I'd be reading 3 or 4 books at the same time, which is why I can't remember shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is a massive book because I got it for the wife after we saw Hamilton. She's like, I need this book. And of course she hasn't read a fucking page of it.
The beginning's great. It's just, what's hard is, like you said, the physical book compared to Kindle. I just need to put it I should have got it on the Kindle because it is, or Audible, whatever. Because the book itself, that's the same thing that happened with the Game of Thrones. I bought all the Game of Thrones, and then I was like, I'm never going to read these because I don't want to put this brick in my backpack. So I'm only reading it when I'm at home and have time. When a lot of times it's like I'm out and about, and it's like, oh, I'm stuck on a drive, or I'm stuck sitting waiting for something. Like, oh, okay, now this appointment's going to be an hour from now. Like, oh, if I had that freaking book, So you're right. I need to do that.
Date to come out of her dorm room.
I'm waiting for her to sneak out of her house.
Oh, even I didn't go there.
I don't even date that young.
I think
but we are so old is what it makes it seem like.
When e-readers got popular, apparently like romance book sales went through the roof. Because you're not going to read that on the subway or the train or the bus because everyone's like, why is that big hairy guy reading a book with fucking what was that model that broke his nose on a roller coaster because a bird hit him? Fabio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not going to read a book with Fabio on the cover in public because if you got an e-reader, no one knows what the hell you're reading.
You know what? That reminds me of a story my mom just told me that was hilarious. That she used to read, and still does, reads for like voraciously.
Yeah.
But my grandma had a whole hidden stack of her romance novels, and I guess my mom would sneak in and read them. But then she asked my grandma, and she couldn't remember what it was, but some word she had in there. She asked her mom, my grandma, what's that mean? And she was like, "You've been reading my novel." No. It's like how she got caught was like. Trying to make it innocent, like, no, I just heard this word. You did not. You've been in those novels.
Have we talked about, okay, here I am promoting another podcast. My dad wrote a porno.
No, what's that?
I haven't told you about this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this British guy who's like in his 30s, his dad, who is a retired guy, who's like in his 60s or so, wrote erotic fiction.
Ah.
And his kid found it and read it and said, this is awful, and decided to do a podcast on it. And so he and two of his friends read a chapter per episode. And it's so cringeworthy. You're just like dying because it's like, oh.
And his poor dad's boy, like, I tried.
Dude, his dad loves it.
He loves it?
Well, because he's self-published.
Oh, so
and
he's
now
probably
people
getting
are
more
buying it, and
just because
he's not taking it like, oh, it's being ironic. He's like, no, people like what I'm writing, but
yeah,
it's written like from a junior high school virgin boy who doesn't understand anatomy, because the stuff he writes is like, one, inaccurate, like anatomically inaccurate. Two, sometimes physically impossible. And it's like, how did you conceive a child? And it's just so like you're listening, just feeling icky, but laughing and just, oh man. I mean, obviously listen to us first, but it's a good read.
That's awesome. Okay. I got to listen to that. That sounds funny, man.
They blew up, and actually I was supposed to watch them a couple months ago, but COVID hit. They had a world tour. They were like selling out theaters to read.
Wow.
My dad wrote a porno. But oh my God, it's just, I don't know. Like part of me wants to write nasty shit like that so the kid can find it later.
The life and times.
Because I remember like what stands out, like he was talking about, he's really crude, like graphic, like he was, her lids were getting wet, and lids, and one of the friends who's a girl is like, I think he means lips. And it's like, oh,
I think he means lips.
So her he said her vaginal lids were getting, and it's like, but anyway.
It sounds good.
Speaking of creepy dads, you got any dating stories for us this time, since we got the intro music that I can put in right here?
Let me think of something. Dang it.
I need someone to date my dad so he doesn't stay home with the cats all day when I'm gone.
Yeah, I don't think I have any.
Because I don't want to sabotage anything good.
Yeah, I mean, that one's going really good.
Good. So I won't fuck with you on that.
I'm trying to think if there was any other than the one, which is the one that was like a hookup, like a just like one.
Why are you whispering?
Because I don't want her to hear it.
Oh.
Because that one out of nowhere was like, for a whole week was writing me like, she was writing me like totally nasty stuff. I'd have to delete it because I'd be like, oh, he's going to see that. Then the night of, she writes me and says, I'm sorry, but our age difference is just too much for me now.
Good for her.
I was like, how fucking messed up. So I was like, okay.
She had a vision of you dying on top of her. Because you're too old to be doing.
I know, but I was like, that's so messed up. Why you write me for a week like that and then do that?
I just wanted to see if your heart could take it. You look so young, Mike, but your balls are so old. Dude, you're laughing and you're not making any noise, so it makes it sound like I'm just talking to myself, you fucking prick.
That's weird. How is it not making noise?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's like going in and out, because I was laughing.
No, you're fine.
What?
Give me your phone.
Wow.
Yeah, go call her. Calm down. Go shut the door.
We have an example of Mike being his daughter's bitch. Give me the phone.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say an example of only being just like me, where it's like overreacting, panicking and overreacting. Shut the door now. Shut the door.
There we go. All right.
Okay. But the door doesn't shut.
I'm like, do I leave this in or do I take this out?
You should leave it in because this is real parenting. Shut the door. Shut the door. Okay. So, shut the door. Okay. And then actually shut the door. And then actually shut the door.
Brings us to our bad dad.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Because when I found this story, it totally sounded like you. Or not, it didn't sound like you, but I could totally see you doing this.
Mm-hmm.
This happened about a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
Father accused of shooting at daughter's boyfriend and friend.
They probably deserved it.
Exactly.
Instantly on his side, depending on what it is. Unless it's something where it's like drug deal went bad and he's the dealer.
Yeah, I'll put a link to this in the show notes. But a Bowman father is accused of shooting at two men and preventing them from leaving his property on June 9th.
Mm-hmm. What were they doing?
Well, here goes. James Harvey Evans, 47. Wow, they put his whole address and everything.
That's not cool. No. What the hell? Come on.
But he is charged with kidnapping, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, and 2 counts of attempted murder. His daughter, who's 23 at the same address, has been also been charged with 2 counts of kidnapping in association with the same incident.
What? So what happened?
So they were both arrested, the dad and the daughter. So the daughter, got into an argument with her boyfriend over her pocketbook, and the argument turned physical. The girl said that the boyfriend wouldn't return her pocketbook. I'm guessing that's a wallet.
I was going to say, like, wait a minute. Did you check the date of this thing? Is this from 1940?
No, it was just 2 weeks ago. Dick.
They stole his change purse and her pocketbook. And they stole my pocket watch.
As they went to get an egg phosphate.
Yeah. We can't buy our malteds. Let's get them.
So she wanted her pocketbook back. He wouldn't do it. So she closed a gate and jumped on the SUV her boyfriend borrowed to prevent him and his friend from driving off.
Wait, boyfriend borrowed? Whose SUV?
I don't know.
Okay.
He borrowed an SUV. I don't understand why they even bring that up.
Okay.
But the men managed to leave on a side road, and the dad shot at their vehicle. The vehicle crashed, and the boyfriend, I'd be so pissed. I lent you my car, and this is what you fucking do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The boyfriend alleges that the dad came to the passenger window, pointed a rifle at him, and said, "If you get out, I will kill you." So that's I could see you saying that.
Yeah. Why are they not in trouble for stealing her wallet?
Well, this is what she says. And then the boyfriend and the daughter got into another fight. And this part freaked me out. The boyfriend said he used the turn signal knob to strike her in self-defense. So he ripped off the turn signal knob and started hitting her with it.
So you really can't lend this guy your car.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
I'm trying to explain it. So okay. So you crashed my car. Well, what happened to the turn signal?
Yeah.
And why did you think that was a good weapon?
Like, yeah, of all the things, it's like
trying to beat somebody up with a pencil. At least it's like he tried to stab her or something. Like,
I don't know.
That's probably that's ridiculous.
And the girl said the boyfriend punched her in the lip and shoved her head in the dirt.
Oh, see, shoot him. Shoot him, but don't kill him. Shoot him in the knee. Something that he'll remember forever.
Jeez. Yeah, this is obviously the father of a daughter.
If he punches a girl in the face, let alone your daughter, that should be all right to shoot him. You know, not in the head, not to kill him. But if you clearly were like, listen, sir, you punched a woman in the face and he shot you in the knee, that's all right. That's fair game.
All right. Well, the boyfriend and his friend ran into a wooded area until deputies arrived. So if the dad gets convicted, he faces up to 30 years in prison.
Oh, that's lame. They stole. They stole a wallet,
Well,
but they should have just called.
Allegedly.
Yeah. You punch a girl in front of me or it's my daughter, I will shoot you too. Or I will stab you with something,
Yeah,
and it will be all right. It will have...
You don't have a gun, right?
No, I need to get a gun.
No, you don't. Jesus Christ.
Apparently I do with these so-called bad dads.
You just stay here 7 to 10 days after my waiting period. You're going to be sorry.
That's right. I got to get ready for this before she's older. Before she starts dating, I got to have my knives and my guns. You get too depressed
to have a gun in the house. So do I.
You're right. I need something like a whip. Something to learn.
You just poked your own eye out.
Got Indiana Jones him around the neck.
You'd end up doing that to yourself.
How dare you? It's true.
I would too. I'm not saying I'm any better.
Yeah. I'd probably turn around and hit me in my own ass. Damn it.
Let's see. Today was episode 79.
Wow.
That's another potpourri. We may have a big surprise for the show next week. Hopefully I don't fuck that up. And
I don't even know this surprise.
Yeah, you do. Email us, thestandupdads@gmail.com. Tell us what you think. Make suggestions. Tell us if we're idiots. Tell us if you like us. Subscribe. It helps us out. I don't know how, but it does. It makes it so you don't have to go looking for us. It'll just pop up automatically.
Yes.
And if you want artwork of a guy using a bullwhip on someone inaccurately and poking out his own eye, who would they write to?
They would write to me at Pencil for Hire. So pencilforhire.com or Pencil for Hire on Instagram.
And looks like the lockdowns are coming back into force. So now there is no better time to get Eye of Montgombo, the graphic novel by Doug Gray. There's a link in the show notes. Click it, and it'll get to you in a couple of days. It's a great, entertaining read. If you don't like it, your next show is free. Listen to my side project, Gag on This Podcast. That's run by Big Nick. We interview local comics and have a great time doing it. Actually, we've been stretching out from the local. We've been having Bay Area. We had a couple New York comics, some LA comics. We just did one with Drew Absher that'll be coming out on Monday. Good stuff. And listen to that.
Or look up Rob's other side project on Pornhub, The Portuguese Man Bear. Look up those.
Yeah. That's
where his real money comes in.
Yeah, I could use it. We have a website now. It's just standupdads.com. It's stand-up-dads.com. No www.
Sweet.
There's a blog on there that we update once in a while. I'm overdue for one, so hopefully that'll come in. And God damn it, I've got my head up my ass. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Talk to you next week.
Bye.
The thing I want to say is thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.